Hello everyone, am I audible guys? Quickly. Am I audible everyone? Okay, no one is responding or what? Can anyone confirm, am I audible guys? Okay. Pratiksha and Manak says good evening. Good evening everyone. How are you guys doing? So we will start soon. Right. This is something I was teaching in another batch, oversampling, undersampling. Okay. So we will start in some minutes and then in few minutes and then we are going to have fun today. Okay, so we will be starting in 2-3 minutes. Give let's say 6:1 is there, 6:2 is there, so we will start in 6:3, right? Around 6:5 we will start. Between guys, just a quick announcement. I hope you guys must be knowing that tomorrow we are going to have the guest lecture, right? Everyone might be knowing this, right? So please be ready with your questions, whatever you have. Tomorrow at 8 a.m. we are going to have the guest lecture, right? Everyone is aware about that? Yes or no? Quickly. Okay, okay. We will start in 2 minutes guys. We will start in 2 minutes. Let's wait for few more people. Between how you guys are doing, everyone doing fine? Tomorrow we are also going to discuss assignments. So the first assignment and a little bit of second assignment I am planning to discuss it tomorrow at 8 a.m. right? So please guys be aware of that you guys complete the assignment, right? And then we can, if you guys have any doubt, then we can discuss assignments tomorrow, right? Guest lecture is going to be fun, right? Manak says tomorrow 6 p.m. class, that is scheduled at 8 a.m. right, where we will be having industry expert, your assignment discussion, everything, right? Please be ready with your questions guys, that is more important. Okay guys, enough. So let's start now. So it is again going to be a lot of fun. With full energy, and we are going to understand everything in detail. So guys, to give you small recap, what we have studied till now, if I have to give some small recap. Guys, what we have studied till now? Quickly. What we have studied till now, right? So we started with what? Python fundamentals. First we started with Python fundamentals, right? So after that, after we completed with the Python fundamentals, understanding syntax and all of those things, then we moved to operators. So we moved to operators, then we moved to conditionals, right? Then we moved to loops, and then finally we started with data structure, right? And then in the data structure we understood list and strings, right? This is the understanding guys, everyone. So far so good, everyone understands this, everyone actually agrees to this. Everyone agrees to this, that this is something that we have seen so far, right? Right. This we have understood so far, right? Now again, as we have been seeing till now, that we'll start with the interview questions first, right? So interview questions, guys. So what are the important interview questions so far we have to see, right? So already in the last session, before that sessions as well, we have been seeing a lot of interview questions. But if you ask me few interview questions out of list and string, though already I have mentioned in the last class as well, but let's say if I have to select top 5 interview questions till now, then what I will select? First interview question that I will ask anyone in the interview, what is difference between deep copy and shallow copy? Difference between deep copy and shallow copy. This is the first question that I would love to ask anyone in the interview. So let's say if I am hiring someone from my team, right, and I know that this is the only topic that I have to ask the question, then I will ask this question as the first question. What is difference between deep copy and shallow copy? This is the first question. Second, what is difference between list and array? Very important, and you need to understand the difference between their stories, how list is stored, how array is stored. Last time, if you guys remember, I had discussed everything in detail one by one, right? What is list, how the data is stored in the list, what is an array, how data is stored in the array, everything we have already discussed, right? Now again, next interview question, what is dynamic binding? What is dynamic binding? This was like previous week question, but very important till now, right? And then static typing and dynamic typing, right? What is static typing and dynamic typing? Static typing and dynamic typing, right? Typing and dynamic typing. These are few of the important questions in the interview. Guys, one very important thing, there are a lot of functions that we have studied. We exhaustively covered every function. If you guys remember, we exhaustively covered every function. But one thing that I would say, try to have a thorough understanding of concatenation, append. These two things is very important, and also we will be seeing again this in Panda's lecture, but this is very important in terms of function. You don't need to remember any function, but these two things are very important. Again guys, once again I will announce this, that tomorrow at 8 a.m. we are going to have the class. At 8 a.m. Indian Standard Time, we will be having the guest lecture and also the discussion of assignment, right? That's why I am repeating it again and again. I will repeat it once again in middle of the session, but that guest lecture is very, very important, as you know, someone is coming out you to help, right? Please get yourself ready with a lot of questions, right? And do ask him, right? I don't want his time to be wasted. So this is for the people who is who have enrolled for the course, right? So this is not free, but yeah, people, please try to have a lot of questions you can ask to the guest lecture. Whoever wants to ask, you will be free to interact with him, him, and whatever it likes, so that is the idea, right? So please be in the class, be present in the class at tomorrow at 8 a.m. and you have to join through dashboard, right? In the dashboard you will be able to see the class, not from the YouTube live. Okay, this was again one announcement that I gave you, and tomorrow also we will be having the discussion of assignment. So please try to complete as much as assignment you can. I will be trying to discuss first assignment completely and then also little bit of assignment 2. How many of you saw assignment 2? Did you guys enjoy the assignment 2? I had given a lot of effort in preparing that assignment, right? Right. Anyone, right, saw the assignment 2? I'm not sure, right? Right. Okay. Let's move ahead, right? Right. So this was about, some interview questions till now. Now moving ahead, what would be the agenda of today's lecture, right? Agenda. So again, we are not able to conquer the agenda each time, because as I start teaching, right, as I start teaching, I get more and more, new concept, and I teach more and more concept, and that's how we are not able to achieve the agenda. But again, we will be keeping agenda high. Again, we are going to complete tuples today, right? We are going to complete sets, we are going to complete dictionary, right? These all are data structure. Then we are going to complete function, right? And then we are going to complete iterators and generators. Obviously, people whoever has attended the previous classes, you must be knowing that I write a lot of things in the agenda, but I'm not able to complete all of those things, because when I start teaching, then more new concepts comes into the mind, and I keep teaching. That's the problem with me, but I will try to this time complete all the things, but at least we have to complete till here. That would be the agenda of this class. So let's start, guys. So should we start, everyone? Now, should we start? Right. Isara says assignment is very good. Yeah, I know there is a lot of effort I have put in that creating that assignment. Right. Should we start, guys, everyone? So we have already covered strings and lists. So we'll start with tuples and move ahead slowly. Right. So let's start, guys. Let's start. Right. Now we are going to start with tuples. So what is tuples? First of all, let's try to understand. Right. Tushar says what we will discuss in the assignment. So in the assignment, the questions are very, very good. You guys already know that. So please make sure at least complete assignment 1. And in the assignment, I will be talking about how the questions can be tweaked. So let's say this is the question, but this is not only the question that can be asked. Obviously, in the world, there are thousands of questions related to any particular topic. I cannot give you all the questions, but I will just show you the way. So let's say this question is important. What could be the possible variation? Right. What is the correct solution? How can you optimize it? That sort of discussion we are going to have in the assignment 1 discussion. And then we are going to have, guest lecture. Again, the guest lecture will be at 8 a.m. I am repeating it again so that no one gets confused on time. 8 a.m. Right. Now, let's start with tuples. So what is tuples? Right. What is tuples? Right. If I ask you a very simple question, right. Who is Big B in Bollywood? Anyone? Right. Who is Big B in Bollywood? Right. Okay. Someone would be saying it, right? Who is Big B in Bollywood? Right. No one is responding? Okay. No one has any idea? Okay, guys. Amitabh Bachchan. This says Amitabh Bachchan. Very good. Right. Very good. So now why I have asked this? Right. Why I have asked it? So guys, what happens in your real life? Right. You have some elder brother. I used to say Salman Bhai. Yes, you are correct. I use Salman Bhai can also be the Big B. But let's say, no, in industry, study the big B's. I just said no, yaar. I am nowhere. There are like big names. I am just starting with YouTube, right? Between YouTube, it came to my mind, just please subscribe my channel, guys. I want to increase my subscriber now. But anyway, so big B means that, sometimes what happens, in order to actually, do good somewhere, you have some elder brother, right? Similarly, tuple is actually younger brother of list. Younger brother of list. Why I am saying so? Right. Because tuple is actually similar to list. And when I will start practical implementation, you will realize that. You will realize that tuples are similar to list. Only one difference. Tuple is similar to list. So tuple is similar to list. Right. Only one difference. Right. Only one difference. That list can be modified after they are created or edited after they are created, but tuples you cannot modify. You cannot modify. Right? You cannot modify. Right? This is the understanding. Right? Now, rest things, yes, everything is like, list only. Is it ordered? Yes, it is ordered. It has index? Yes, indexed. Right. Does it allow duplicate values? Yes, it allows duplicate values. Right. Everything you can do, but it is immutable. Tuple is immutable. You cannot modify this. Tuple is immutable. That is important thing. This is very important thing. Again, how are we going to move ahead? Right. How are we going to study things? Right. As usual, we will start with some, understanding how to create a tuple, how to access the item, right? All of those things, how to delete the items. So we are going to look at everything. So let's start now the tuple. First of all, everyone please open your Jupyter notebook, right? Everyone please open your Jupyter notebook. Everyone should be able to open your Jupyter notebook so that we can start the discussion, right? And you guys should start typing as well, right? So this is my notebook. So I will just create a new notebook. So we are just going to start with tuple. Everyone opened your notebook? Yes or no? Quickly. Everyone has opened the notebook? Right. Everyone has opened the notebook? Quickly once, so that I can start. Very good. So everyone has opened the notebook, and then we are going to start with the tuples. Right. So let's start, guys. So guys, again, the rule is same. Please type the code parallelly, and if you are stuck, then ask the question. I will try to answer then and there. Obviously, you can also ask the questions in the last, but I will most probably try to answer then and there only. Right. So let's say how to create a tuple. So first of all, I will just write tuples, right? Tuples. How to pronunciate it? Few people say it tuples, few people say it tuples. Whatever you want to say it, please go ahead and say this. No any hard and fast rule that you have to say in this way only, right? Just whatever way you want to say it, please go ahead and say it, right? So now, so how to define tuples? First thing is this, right? So we will start with that, right? So tuple, if you want to define, you can simply use a parenthesis, something like that. So this parenthesis you might have seen earlier, right? This parenthesis. So you can just start with this parenthesis. This is the syntax. T is equals to this. This is your tuple. See here, very easy. And see the type of T. If you just see type of T, you will realize this is tuple. Very good, not a problem. Now, again, moving ahead with the concept. Tuples are ordered collection of elements, and this can be heterogeneous and indexed. So always remember, whenever some data structure is ordered, it means it will be indexed. Right, 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 right. Yes, please do it in Jupyter Notebook or Google Colab, it doesn't matter, right? So now let's try to look at this, right? So first of all, how to start with tuple. So let's say I have defined T1. T1 is equals to, maybe let's say CareerCraft. This is CareerCraft I have written. Then we have some complex number 8 plus 2j. See, then true, right? True. Then let's say 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It can store any value, 3.2. So that's why I told you, what is tuple? Tuple is younger brother of list. Only difference is list can be modified. Tuple is not modified. So you can just write tuple is younger brother. Tuple is younger brother, right? More rigid, and you cannot add, and you cannot modify it. You cannot modify it. That's it, right? So this is your tuple one, right? So now this is T1. Now again, see the type of T1, you will realize this is your tuple. Very good. Now you have created a tuple. Now let's moving ahead by accessing the elements. How will you access the element? If you have understood how to access in the string and list, then this is also easy. So for example, you want to access the first element T1 0. See, CC, you got CareerCraft, right? Right. T1, let's say here you want, let's say, access true. So true will be having 0th, 1st, 2nd index. So T1 2, that's it, true. Very easy. Now does negative index work on tuple? The answer is yes. Negative index also works on this. See, 3.2. Right. Right. Moving ahead. Right. Moving ahead. Very good. You have understood. You have accessed the element. Right. Right. Can you reverse the tuple? See. Very interestingly, you have reversed the tuple. Very good. Right. That's the understanding till now. But one catch, guys. You have understood so far. Can you create tuple with one element? Can you create tuple with one element? Quickly, guys, everyone has to answer this. Can you create a tuple with one element? Let me see how many of you can just do this. Can you do this? Can someone create a tuple with only one element? Let's see it. How many of you can answer this? Can you do this? Right? Right? Anyone has any idea? Quickly, guys. Right? Can you try it doing? Anyone, can you try doing? Right? Try it doing. Don't say yes or no. Maybe try it doing. You will realize what is the problem. Right? Okay. Many of you are saying now no. Right? So let's try to experiment this. So just create this. So now see what is T1. Interestingly, this is integer. Just write type of T1. Type of T1. Now what you will see, guys, it is integer. Right? It is not tuple. Right? Then how to create one element tuple? You can do so. How? Very easily. Right? Just write T1 comma. That's it. Okay, no, not here. I am writing here, sorry. So let's say T1 is equals to 2, cell 2, but now you have to just write comma. If you do so, now see type of T1. And now you will find this is tuple. Right? Right. So in this way, you can actually create a tuple. That's the understanding. Very good, not a problem. But now let's say we have T1. So I'll just write a comment here. For one element tuple, you need to use comma. Very good. Now again, moving ahead. Right. So we have understood this tuple. Right. So we have some elements. Let's say maybe CC, CareerCraft. Right. Then maybe let's say 1, 2, then 3.2. Fine. This is tuple. Here I will repeat 1. Right. Can you count the number of 1 here? The answer is yes. Right. You can do that. So just use T1 dot count. Very good. T1 dot count. Then you will find that 1 has been repeated 2 times. Now can you get index? Again guys, one more announcement. I will repeat it again. I will keep repeating this every half an hour because many people join, many people go out, right? So basically tomorrow for the paid member, we have the guest lecture at 8 a.m. and assignment discussion. Please join it, right? That's it. Now, so can we have index? Right. Naina says, sir, can we change data structure from tuple to list? I'm coming to that. So can we have index? So yes, T1 dot index. So you can have the index of, let's say 3.2. See here, beautifully, you now know this is the third index. Right. Very good. Now moving ahead. So let's say we have a string as is equals to CareerCraft. Can we convert this to a tuple? Anyone? Can we convert this to tuple? First, let's start from this. Can we convert this to tuple? Right. So here let's say, right, tuple of S. Right. Someone is asking who is the guest. So guest name is Rahul Ahuja. So he is basically coming from a commerce background. So I had asked this in the survey in the advanced certification WhatsApp group that who you want to come as a guest. You want someone as IITian or someone from commerce background and cracking into data industry. So many people told that someone cracking from the commerce background and coming here. So that's how, right, he is coming, and you guys can just ask one simple question. Sir, coming from non-technical background, how I can get into data science? So very important. Don't forget this to ask this question. Okay, so tuple of S. So here, if you see, very interestingly, you have now created a tuple, but each of these element is an element, or each of this character is an element of this tuple. This is the understanding. Now, let's say this is your tuple. Can I convert this to a list? Everyone, can I convert this to a list? The answer is yes. Let's try to look at this. So list of S. See here what happened. You have converted a tuple to a list. Isn't it interesting, guys? Everyone, right? So you have converted a string to tuple. Then you have converted a tuple to list actually. Okay, this is your list string. So basically, just a second, guys. So here I will just convert this S. So I'll just write like this. So now see, this is your S, and then see list of S. See what happens. See here, it will happen. It will give you the same result, but this is the understanding. Okay, very good. So far so good. Anyone has any questions till now? Should I move ahead? Should I move ahead? Right. Should I move ahead now? Right. Very good. So far not a problem. You guys have understood everything. Right. Now guys, let's say this is your tuple. What operations can you do? So let's say you multiply by 2. What will happen? So guys, it will just repeat it 2-3 times, whatever number you give. So 2, it will repeat everything 2 times. Right. This is the understanding. Right. Can we do slicing? So already we have seen the slicing of the string. So tuples. So let's say you can just do this as well. So let's say here T1 and then all rows, all second elements. See here, you can do this as well. Right. Everything you can do, whatever you have seen of list so far. Now, moving ahead, let's say this is again a tuple. Tuple is equals to, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, can you sort this? Right. So can you sort this? So this is your tuple. Can you sort this? So already it is, let's say here 12 I will write. So 12, right? Can you sort this? So let's try to do this. Sorted T. What will happen in this case? Let's try to figure it out. So sorted T. See here, 1, 3, 4, 12. So you are able to actually sort the element as well, right? Can we have the max value of the tuple? Max value of tuple? The answer is yes. See, max is 12. Can you have the minimum value of tuple? The answer is again yes. You can have the minimum value as well, right? Right. Can we have nested tuples? Can we have nested tuples? Nested tuples? Just think it. The answer is yes. You can have also the nested tuples. How? So let's say this is your T. Let's say this is your T1. Very good. Just make another tuple, something like this, T and T1. Now store this in new variable. So let's say new, and if you see type of new, right, type of new, this is tuple, right, right. So this is your nested tuple. Can we have some other data structure in tuple? Let's try to look at this. So this is your tuple, and inside this tuple I want a list 1, 2, 3, and then a string Ram, and let's say a number 1, 2.2. Let's see what happens. So execute this and see T. So this is T, and see the type of T. Here you will realize this is the tuple. Interesting. So you can have multiple data structure inside tuple, multiple data structure inside tuple, inside tuple. That's the understanding. Can you know what is the length of tuple? Length of tuple? So the answer is yes. There are 5 elements in the tuple, right? Right. If you want to know if some element is present in tuple, so let's say this is T, you want to see the membership operator, if it is something is present or not, you can do that as well. So Ram in T, if you see Ram in T, it will give you true. You can do all of these operations in tuple. Can you do not in? Obviously you can do. If you can do in, you can also do not in. Always remember guys, understanding data structure is very easy. Why? There is a reason behind it. I will say you some pattern. I will at the end of this lecture I will say you some pattern, what to follow. At the end of this lecture I will talk about the interview questions as well. I will say you, right, in tuples you don't need to remember anything. Don't worry about that. I will show you some pattern how to approach. What should be the approach to learn data structure, and that is what approach I am also following. Right? If you see, everything is systematic. Right? Anyway, moving ahead, we are going to understand few more operations in depth. So let's say you have T, and let's say T1. Can you concatenate this tuple? Right? The answer is yes. We can concatenate this. See, T plus T1, you have seen that now this looks like this. Right? 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 Now comes the more important thing. So let's say this is tuple. Now instead of Ram, you want Syam. Can I do so? Right? Let's say instead of Ram, I want Syam. Let's try to look at this. Can we do so, everyone? Quickly, can we do so? Batao, everyone. Everyone say it. Can we do so? Right? 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 Anyone has any idea? Someone is saying no. Anyone else? Right? Right? Very good, Tushar. So you cannot do. Why? The reason being very simple. We discussed already. Tuples are immutable. Tuples are immutable. right? So now moving ahead, let's say tuples, we have some values like this. T is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, right? Right. Can we sum it? Then just try it. Sum of T, you will realize this is 15. Right, right. This is the understanding. Right, right. Now guys, interesting. So you have understood string, you have understood list, you have understood tuples. I told you tuple is younger brother of the elder brother, that is list. But the question now is, what is difference between list and tuple? That is going to be fun. Difference between list and tuples. That's the next thing. What is the difference, guys? Right. What is the difference? Right. What is the difference between list and tuples? First, list is mom's favorite bag, right, which can be edited. But tuple is younger brother who is stubborn, who can't be changed. Very easy to understand. If Python is the mother, then list is the elder brother, tuple is the younger brother. List can be changed because elder brother has responsibilities. Tuples cannot be changed because younger brother are generally very stubborn. Then don't say me that who is stubborn, string. The string is cute little sister. Okay. So tuple is younger brother who is stubborn, who can't be changed. That's it. Right. This is the understanding. Right. 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 This is the understanding. Now, again moving ahead, Atanaska says list is for math purpose mostly. No, Atanaska. That's not the correct way to think. List is for maths purpose. You name it any operation, mathematical operation that I was not able to do it here. See, I did max, mean, sum, all things in the tuple as well. Right, right. Okay, now moving ahead. This is the first difference. Second difference, very, very important. Tuples are faster. Tuples are faster. Tuples are faster. Right. Obviously, you understand. Younger brother are quick. Elder brother are slow. Right. Tuples are faster. Now you will be asking, Ajay, can you show me how tuples are faster? Right. I will show you in 1 minute how tuples are faster. So let's start. Right. What I will do, how to showcase tuples are faster than list. Tuples are faster than list. Maybe let me see if there is any code, ready-made code. Tuples are faster. Faster, prove. Let me see. If there is something, then I will just copy paste. Otherwise, I will write the code in front of you. Okay, leave it. There is a lot of things. I will just write a small code. So tuples are faster than list. How? I can prove this. So let's say I will import perf counter. Time.perf counter. So here I will just write. So I will just write import time, from time import perf counter. Very good. So here I will just write like this, from time import perf counter. Very good. So here I have imported perf counter and T1 start is this. So here I have just use a block, right? So I will start a counter, right? This is the counter. Now what is this thing, guys? What is from time import perf counter? Again I will talk about this in some little bit. Otherwise we will be seeing this. So basically what happens, we have written some code. Let's say this is the code I have written. It is not the code, but let's say this is the code I have written. I know this, very good, right? There is someone else, code has been written here. He knows, very good. But if he wants to use the code of this particular guy, then until and unless both of the code has been provided somewhere at a common place, both of them cannot use it, right? And for that, we have the concept of library, modules, right, in Python. So what are these things? Just understand in very simple terms, pre-written code. Further, we will be discussing this, a detail, but let's say modules. One Python script is a module, Python script is a module, and multiple Python script together is a library. What is the understanding? We are going to look at a later stage, don't worry about that. So one module is time, which actually help us to know, right, to know what is the execution time of a program. There are multiple ways to do, but perf counter has been proved that this is the best approach to know what is the execution time of a program. And this is what is actually used in the industry. Otherwise, many of the time you will see that time is also used, time, something like that, time.time. This is also used, but actually that's not that much accurate as compared to this. And there are some comparison as well, so you can just Google it out, what is the difference between time.time and perf counter. Obviously you can do this, but again, this is not the agenda. Agenda is how to prove that tuple is actually faster than list. So what I will do, I will try to run a loop maybe, right? So what I will do, okay, so I will just write, let's say tuple, I will just make a tuple. So you already have seen the range. So let's say range of ones, tens, thousand, any number, I don't know what is the number, and let's say this is your tuple. So I'll just convert this to tuple. Let's see this tuple or not. So I have converted this to a tuple. Very good. Fine. This is the tuple. These are the numbers. And let's say I will store this into tuple. So tuple. So this is your tuple. Very good. Now what I am going to do? So for I in tuple, what I am going to do? Let's say maybe what I will do, I will multiply or do something. So let's say I multiplied by maybe let's say 100, or let's say 100. Let's put it 100. Very good. Now what I will do, again end. So start equals to this, and then end is equals to this, and then I will just print the time of execution, the execution time taken, and I will just write it here. Maybe let's say end minus start. So I will just put it here end. So end minus start. So this will give me the execution time of this particular small piece of code, right? So now let's execute this. Okay, I have not defined tuples. Is it so? Okay, tuple. Okay, what I have done, tuple. So here now it will take some time. So execution time is 0.98 seconds. Very good. Now I will copy the same thing. And let's see what happens. So now I will just copy the same thing. Okay, and this instead of tuple, now I will just write list, and here I will just keep the name list, and here I will just keep list. So let's say this, and so let's say this is here 0.91 seconds. Okay, fine. So basically list here you see is faster, but if you increase more numbers, so let's start increasing the number. Many of the time, right, it also depends on, maybe I haven't put the zero as many number of zeros, so I'll just put it like this, right? Now let's see it. Oh, for tuple is in the range of this. Why it is so? For I in tuple, right? Just a second, guys. So I will just write it like this, right? So here I will just copy this. So I will just copy this and I will show you. So I've copied it, and for I in range this value. So Tuple range, what I have done, memory error. Okay, so this is your memory error. So already I will just put like some lesser value. Now memory error simply means that Python is not able to do the calculation to that some extent. Maybe I will just use this one. So let's try to do this. Okay, it will take some time, and now it will take some time. So let's see it. I guess this is taking a lot of time. Okay, 9.52 seconds. Very good. So let's see the list. It should be slower. Still, guys, I'm not able to. Okay, so still here, if you see, list is taking a little bit lesser time. But believe me that if you do some other calculation, I don't know if there is a calculation something, but maybe I will just do it. Let's try to look at this. This is not actually, there is a reason behind it why tuple is faster as compared to list, that I will be talking about that. This is something 10.66. See, execution time depends a lot of multiple factors as well. 10.11. So guys, it is like little bit closer on the closer side, but Sajal says list is taking mine more time. Yeah, it depends on the system machine as well. There are a lot of factors involved. Maybe what you can do, Google Colab, just a second, Google Colab. Okay, I will just prove it, don't worry. There is a possibility of that as well. Let's try to look at this. Let's give a last attempt, guys, and then we'll move ahead. This time elder brother is performing very well as compared to younger brother. It will take some time to execute, guys. This is the first time. Okay, it has taken 22 seconds. Not sure why. So I'll just again restart this. See, the same thing here took 10 seconds and here it is taking 22 seconds. So it depends on multiple factors as well. Right. So now I will just again execute this. Right. So switch the screen, is it? Now is the screen visible? Lakshmi text says 99999. Okay, let it not be there. Okay, guys. So here list is actually taking a lot of lesser time as compared to tuple, but actually that's not the case. For bigger numbers, it is actually tuples are more faster as compared to list. Now I am not going to again waste some time here, right? Right. Now moving ahead, guys. So this is something that I will be looking at it, right? Why it happened so, but speed depends on a lot of time, and here we see that list is showing little bit more time as compared to the lesser time as compared to the tuples. But there is a reason behind it. If you just Google it out also, right? So this is the question, right? So why is tuple faster than list in Python? So you have to just go and try to understand this. So basically what happens, there are multiple factors. It depends on if the execution of anything depends on the multiple factors, and here we are seeing that lists are generally faster. Lists are here faster. And now you must be asking what are the other factors. So basically what happens whenever you execute, the network, that is one of the thing, the processors, that is the other thing, the thread, that is the other thing. So these are the factors that depends on. But anyway, so we will stop this discussion here itself. One more thing guys that is very important, always remember, this is the second thing, tuples are faster than list, right? And then one more thing that is very important, right? Tuple size are also very less. Tuple size are less as compared to list. This is another one thing that is very, very important. This is another thing that is very, very important. Right. Very good. Now let's move ahead to the another concept. This is going to be again more fun, right? So let's say we have this tuple, right? So we have a lot of function in a list, right? Append, extend, if you guys remember. But in tuples, right, you will not find much of the function. Obviously tuples are immutable, and that's why, right, and that's why, right, you will not find many functions associated with tuples. Why? Tuples are immutable, and if it is immutable, you cannot modify it, and if you cannot modify it, you cannot have functions like append, extend, something like that. That's the another thing. Now moving ahead, right? So we have understood a lot of things. Now last thing that is very important. So let's say this is tuple. Can we clear the items? Can we clear the elements? Can we delete the elements? Right. So let's say you access the element T0. So T0 is 1. Can you delete this? Let's try to do this. So can you delete this? See here, tuple object doesn't support item deletion. Since it is immutable, you cannot do this. You cannot delete this way. Since it is immutable, you cannot delete this way. Right. Now again, moving ahead, can you clear the tuple? Yes. So you can also clear the tuple, something like this, right? Okay. Clear also you cannot do actually. So you cannot do this as well. But one thing that you can do is del T. So if you just execute this, you will not find any tuple named after T. You cannot do this way. Right. So this is the understanding. So far, guys, so far good everyone. Is it clear everyone? Anyone has any questions till now? Right. Because I am going to talk about now industry use cases of tuple and industry use cases. Anyone has any idea where tuples can be used? Quickly guys, what do you think guys? Where tuples can be used? Right. Very important question with respect to interview, and this can be only answered if someone has really worked in the industry using tuples. Right. Very important data structure. So where tuple can be used guys? Anyone has any idea? Quickly. Where tuples can be used? Let's see it. If anyone can answer this. Right. Where tuples can be used? Right. Very important. Lucky says employee ID. Very good. Anyone else? Right. So guys, first of all, right, tuples are immutable. Right. Tuples are immutable. Now try to understand, where do you think, right, this type of data structure can be used where you cannot modify it? Right. Where you cannot modify it. Example, let's say you have made a database, and we are going to look at database in detail in the upcoming lectures, right? We are going to study SQL in depth, right? So let's say we have a database, right? Now in the database, try to understand a very simple thing, right? You want to have one column that is employee ID not to be modified ever. You don't want to modify employee ID, right? You will never want to modify it, right? Even some employee leaves an organization, you might be knowing that that employee ID is null and void forever. It will not be used. So let's say employee ID 101, 102, 103, right? Right. Even if 101 has left the company, this employee ID is never assigned to a new employee, right? So wherever you don't want to change the value ever, wherever you don't want to change, wherever you don't want to change any value, you don't want to change any value ever, right? Wherever you don't want to change any value ever, you have to use tuple. Example, right? Employee ID, right? Account number, right? PAN card, right? PAN card, Aadhaar number, right? Right? Something like that, right? Any entry that you don't want to change. This is the first use case, practical use case of tuples. One more thing, tuple is widely used in packing and unpacking of variables, or simply right, tuples are also used already also used in unpacking of a variable, mostly output of a function or class. What is the meaning of this? Let's try to understand this, right? So let's say you have values 1, 2, 3. This is a tuple. Actually, you can assign all of these values to 3 different variables. A, B, C is equals to this. And now if you see A, you will realize this is 1. If you see B, you will realize this is 2. And if you do C, then you will realize this is 3. Right. But if you say, no, I have 3 values, 1, 2, 3, and can I do just like this, A, B is equals to this, it will it execute, guys, successfully? Everyone, will it execute successfully? So if you see here, it will throw an error. This will throw you an error. Right. Now, fine. Now you will say that, Ajay, can we do something that A has 1, right? Fine. B has both 2 and 3. Can we do so? Right. Let's take a bigger variable. Let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Now I am saying, fine, A, B, C, and I want, let's say 1, 2, 3 is done. Now 4, 5, 6, I want to have that in other variable. Can we do it? The answer is yes. Just you have to use asterisk others or asterisk D, whatever you name you want to put. And see, beautifully, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and others, if you see, is 4, 5, 6. You can keep any number, any variable name, right? Whatever you want to fill like. So A, B, C, let's say D. You want to put D, so you can put D as well here, and then you will see that now D will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only thing that is very important, that you have to keep a asterisk or a star here. What is the meaning of asterisk or a star? We are going to look at this in function just after half an hour maybe, but this is the most important thing. Is it clear, everyone? Yes or no? Right. This is very, very important. Quickly, clear? Yes or no? Right. right? Very good. Now guys, moving ahead. So we have understood about this. Now, can we do some iteration using tuple? Iteration using tuple? Using tuple? Can we do iteration using tuple? Right. The answer is yes. How? So let's say tuple is equals to maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. How can you do this? For I in T, right? Right. Print I. That's it. Right. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can do iteration as well in tuples. We have also studied a zip function. Can you do zipping? Right. Right. Can you do zipping tuples? Can you zip the tuples? Zip the tuples? The answer is yes, you can zip the tuples. How? Or let's say nested tuples. How you can do this? So let's say you have A is equals to maybe 1, 2, 3, right? Then we have, let's say B is equals to 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. One way is very simple. You already know. Just write A comma B. You will realize this is a tuple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here you see all the values together and all the values together. So this is one way to create a nested tuples. But now what if you want 1 and 4 together, 2 and 5 together? So what you can do? Very easy. Just write zip. So if you just write zip, so this will give you an object, something like that. This is called as object. What is object? We'll discuss in OOPS concept. But the moment you write tuple here, then you will realize 1 is clubbed with 4, 2 is clubbed with 5, 3 is clubbed with 6, and you see like this. This is the understanding. So one thing guys, I will just remove one more bracket. So now if you see 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6. So this is the understanding. So we have completed everything about tuples in detail, right? We have covered everything about tuples in detail, right? Right. Now we are going to look at sets. What is sets? Tanya says, where is zip mostly used? Whenever you want to club two elements together, right? Right, right, right. Lucky says, explain once again. Very good, not a problem. So let's say, I will just show you. Here let's say there is a menu, right? There is a menu, right? Food menu, right? Food menu. So food menu is something like this, right? So food menu is like pasta, right? Maybe pizza, and maybe let's say chole bhature. Chole bhature is a dish. People outside of India, chole bhature is a dish. This is your food menu. This is your price, right? Price is pasta. This is 100 rupees. Pizza, 190 rupees. Chole bhature, 40 rupees. Now what you want to do? You want to have this pasta and 100 together, because obviously this is the price. Why I am not getting the desired color? So obviously this you want together, because food and price. This you want together, food and price. This you want together, food and price. So in this case, what you will do, guys? What you will do? Right? Will you dance? No. You will use zip function. So let's say food menu, and then I will just write it here. Simple. Pasta. Pasta. Here I will just write, after pasta you can have, chole bhature, right? Then we are having, after chole bhature, let's say pizza, right? Right. Then prices. Then prices we have something like this: 100, 250 and 150. Now what you can do? Just write zip of food menu and prices. This will create you a Jeep object, something like that. But if you want to see the value, just write tuple something like this and you will create value. It's not a dictionary, Tanya, it's a tuple itself, but this is the value together. Pasta with 100, chole bhature with 250 and pizza with this. Right. You can do the same thing with dictionary. We'll come to at a later stage, but this is the application of Jeep that you can do here. Similarly, in list also you can use the Jeep. Clear? Right. Is it clear, everyone? Yes or no? Right. No, it is not mutable. If you even store this in, let's say, new tuple. So let's say new tuple. This will still be not, let's say 0. This will still not be mutable. So let's say anything. See, tuple object doesn't support item assignment. Right? No, you cannot change the price. This is fixed. So let's assume every time a customer comes and changes the price. No, it is fixed. But now let's say you want to say, no, I want to change the price. Then comes dictionary that we are going to look at. Right. Someone is saying 1 hour completed, 5-minute break please. Is it 1 hour completed? I didn't realize, guys. So no break as of now. I will give break after set is completed. Okay. Set is also very small, so don't need to worry about that. Right. Should we start with now sets, everyone? Quickly. So now we are going to start with sets. So tuples is done, sets we are going to look at. Right. So we are going to start with the sets. Quickly, guys, everyone. Now, guys, very simple. If Python is mother, right. If Python is mother, right, I will just write it so that you guys can understand. So this Python is mother, right. List is elder brother, right. Then we have tuple younger brother, and this particular set is actually cousin of list and tuple. Why? I will show you, right, why it is so. Set is cousin of list and tuple, because this is going to be again interesting, right? So let's try to understand this. So I will just write set is cousin of tuples, right. Tuples and list. How and why I am saying so? First thing, let's say set. What is set? Right. Sets are collection, right. Very good, not a problem. It's a data structure. But here comes the interesting thing. It is unordered. This is unordered elements, right. It is unordered element, right. First thing, right, elements, it is unordered. First, second, very important. First thing, it is unordered, right. Very good, right. Second thing, right. Here, that is very, very important. It can again have heterogeneous data. Heterogeneous means what? Right. You can store anything. Similar to list, similar to tuple. You can store anything in the set. But it is unordered. Right. And third thing, very important, that it will have only unique elements, no duplicates, only unique elements, right. and then again it is mutable as well, right? It is mutable as well. So why I talked about that set is a cousin? Because to some extent, like a cousin, set is trying to copy some property, right? Like what? Heterogeneous, right? Mutable from list, but have its own specific feature as well. What? Unique elements. It stores only unique elements. It is unordered. Actually, I should write something like this so that the difference part is together, right? And the common part is actually like this. So this particular thing common with list and tuple, right? This common with list, and these two things its own feature, its own feature. Now let's try to look at this again. What would be your approach? Right, approach will be simple. First, let's define a set, then let's see if it is mutable or not, then let's see what are the operations, and then see if you can modify using some other external function, then see other specific functions, right? Again, the same approach we are going to find out, right? You can do, we are going to actually follow the same approach. Let's try to look at this now. So let's say how to first make a set. That is the first question. How to make a set. So syntax of set is this curly braces. So this is called as curly braces. Now you must be wondering, this is for the dictionary as well. Whoever knows about the dictionary, and in fact, if you do type of S, you will realize that this is a dictionary. This is a dictionary. Now the question is, if this is a dictionary, right, then how can you create an empty set? Anyone has any idea? How can you create an empty set now? Right. So to create empty set, you can simply write like this. Very easy. S is equals to this, and now if you see, this is set and type of S, this is your type of S is your set. Otherwise, if you would have done this, this would have been dictionary. This is an empty dictionary, right? This is the understanding. Right. Now moving ahead, very good. We have created an empty dictionary. Can we have multiple elements? Can we have multiple elements inside this dictionary? Right. Now, yes, you can start. So let's say here S is equals to CareerCraft. Then we have Ajay, right? Let's say we have Ajay, and then let's say 1. Let's say 2.2. See, heterogeneous value. So set stores heterogeneous data. And now if you see type of S, then you will realize that this is the set. Very good, right? Can we have set inside set? Can we have tuples inside set? Can we have list inside set? Right. So data structure inside set. Can we have this inside set? Other data structures inside set. Other data structure inside set. How? How can we do this? Right. Very simple. Right. Let's try to do this. So S is equals to some value like this. So S, this is some value. Very good. Now what I am going to do, inside this I will create a tuple. Let's say 1, 2, 3. Right. So if you execute this, see here type of S, right? See here, done. You are able to do this. But now comes the interesting thing. Can list or set itself can be inside a set. Can we do this? Can we have 2D set? Can we have 2D set? Right? The answer is no. No. A set cannot store a mutable data type inside itself. Right? You cannot store a mutable data type inside a set. Let's try to look at this. So I will just copy this, right? And let's try to look at this. So here, instead of this 1, 2, 3, I will just put like this and see what happens. Unhashable type set. So now again, moving ahead. So let's say here, again this value is here, right? Now this time, what I am going to do, I am going to use a list. See here, right? But now the question is, why so? Why a mutable data type cannot be inside a set? This is the question now. Why so? Right? Why so? So this particular error, I would love you guys to explore. This would be extra order thinking. But to give you some intuition, why so? There is a reason behind it. Because set is unindexed. And set is unindexed and, right? Set is unindexed, and one more thing that is very, very important. It stores unique element, right? Unique element. Now, what is the meaning of this, right? So let's say S is equals to, right? Let's say this is your set. Now, if you want to access this particular element, can you do 0 as 0 to access this 1, 2, 3? No, you cannot do, right? Because it is unindexed. Now think, if set is unindexed, then how a indexed data type, right, like list, can be stored, right, can be stored, right, inside this. This is actually the problem, right? You cannot access or you cannot store the element, which is mutable. Because if something is mutable, right, what is the rule of mutability? You can edit. How will you edit? Through indexes. That is the first thing, right? Right. List is mutable. You can index it. Tuple is immutable, but right. I says, but tuple is stored. Why? Because tuple is indexed. Right. That's the understanding, and tuple is immutable. Right. The first thing, so this is very important to understand. Any data structure, if it is mutable, if you are able to change, right. If you want to change it, the first requirement is this should be indexed. This should be indexed. Now set itself is unindexed, right? Set itself is unindexed. Then how set can store itself? That's the first thing, right? So all it depends on indexes. That's it. And On what thing index depends? Sometimes on mutable. So tuples is immutable, tuple is immutable, but it is indexed. But it is indexed. It is indexed. But it doesn't mean, right? Here in this case, let's say you can just ask that, okay, no, it is immutable. Someone is also asking the tuples are immutable, but the main thing is indexing, right? It cannot be indexed, right? So that is the first thing. So set is unindexed and it stores unique element. Obviously, what is the meaning of this? I will just talk about in just few seconds. But this is the complete understanding. But one more thing, there was an error, type error, unhashable type list. This I will leave to you to actually try to explore this. What is the meaning of this error? Right. This is something extra mile for today. This you guys have to explore some extra mile. Right. You have to explore this. I can give you the answer, but I want you guys to explore this. Right. What is the meaning of this error? Unhashable type list. You will get to know a lot of things. Now, this is the understanding. Right. Now, moving ahead, very good. We have understood so far, not a problem. Right. Now, let's say there is a list 1, 2, 3. Can we convert this to a set? The answer is yes, you can convert this to a set. So, something like this. So, this becomes a set. Right. So, that's the understanding. Right. Now, I have been saying that set stores unique element. Now, let's say here 1, 1, 2, let's say 2, 2, and let's say Ajay. What do you think, guys? What will happen in this case? What will happen in this case? Right. What will happen in this case, guys? If you execute this code. So, if you just execute, you will realize that 1, 1 has become only 1, 1. So, it is giving you unique element. Right. 2, 2 has become 2. Even there would have been another Ajay, right? This would have given you just one Ajay. See, that's the understanding. Right. This is the understanding. Right. Now, guys, let's say this is your set. Now, it is not indexed. You cannot edit it. Right. But you can update and add in the set. I will coming to that. So, first of all, unindexed. So, this is, I will just write unique element. Unique element. I will come to the industry use cases of set. So, don't worry about that. So, let's say unique element. Okay. Unique element I have written. So, yeah. Sets cannot be edited, but can be updated. How? I will just show you. So, now sets are unindexed. So, you cannot access through index. That's why you cannot edit it. But it is mutable. How? Right. So, let's say you have as is equals to some value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, this is a set. Very good. This is a set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you want to add some element, right? So, you can use a function called add. So, now if you add, let's say 6, see what happens. See the as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, now this has become the value, right? This is the understanding. So far so good, guys, everyone. Right. Now again, moving ahead. So we have understood this. Now let's say if this is the case, can we update with a sequence? Can you add a sequence? Right. So let's say we have as is equals to there is one question. Doraemon is asking something. Sir, I have paid for this course. data science and why it's lecture are free for it's complete 6 months course for all, but I have paid for this. Please tell Doraemon, don't worry much, right? Tomorrow is a paid class, so tomorrow only whoever has paid can get up to the class, right? Don't worry Doraemon about that, right? Leave it up to me, right? What should be given in the free, what should be charged for the money, don't worry about that. Okay Doraemon, right? So now let's say this is your S, right? Now you want to update this, right, with a sequence of element. How can you do that? So as dot update, as dot update, right? Now so many of them many of you might update like this, maybe like do like this 2 3, it will give you some error, or okay it is done, let's say as, okay, so the element was already there, so you can just write 8 9 8 3, right, 8 3. So if you see 8 is there, right, see it, right. So 8 is updated, right. Doraemon, you should tomorrow class is at 8 a.m. Don't forget Doraemon. Tomorrow is guest lecture. Prepare with your guest, questions that you want to ask to the guest, right? So please be prepared. Tomorrow at 8 a.m. we will be discussing the first assignment and there will be the guest lecture. So I would love to you guys to join in the paid through your dashboard and ask as many as questions, how to get into the industry, what are the topics, whatever you feel like. Okay, now right. So now guys, let's start, right? So here we have S, right? Fine. So you have updated this. Now moving ahead, as dot update. So let's say as dot update. Now you can also update something like this. Let's say 9 10, right? So here if you see as, it will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, whatever value it is. But one thing very important, let's say as is already there. Now if you do dot update, right, as dot update with already existing element, there will not be any error and it will just say 1 2 3 4 5 6. So that is something you should understand. Is it clear everyone? So far so good, right. Now moving ahead, very good, we have understood this, right. Now comes the interesting thing, right. Can we delete? How to delete guys? How to delete it, right? So you can also delete whatever element you want to, right? How? So let's say first thing, right, how can you delete? Try, right, deleting, let's say as dot discard. First thing, as dot discard. So you want to delete the element, let's say 5. See what happens? As dot discard and 5 is not there, right? Can you use pop, right? As dot pop as you were having in the list? The answer is yes, but there is one problem. Whenever you will be using as dot pop, if you guys remember, in the list last element was being removed, right. But if you do so, this is going to be very interesting. It will randomly remove any element. See, it has removed 1. It is not so that it will remove only last element. So randomly pop any element, randomly remove any element. That's the understanding. See, this time 2 has been removed, right. Now similar to discard, we have one more function that is called as remove. As dot remove, as dot remove. Let's say you want to remove 8. See what happens? Now in remove, as 8 has been removed. Now you must be wondering, what is the difference between discard and remove? What is difference between discard and remove? Just think it guys, what will be the difference? If you guys have any idea, what is difference between discard and remove? So basically remove will throw an error if it doesn't find any element, find the element. So let's see it. So here I will just show you. Let's say we have as like this. This is your set. Now you want to discard as dot discard, right? So any element which is not present, 11, it didn't throw any error. But the moment you write as dot remove 11, then you will find it will throw an error. 11 is not present. So this is the difference. Now last thing, you can also clear the set. So here now if you see, set is empty. You can also delete it, del s. Now if you execute s is not defined. So this is the understanding, right? Is it clear, everyone? So far so good. Should I move ahead now, everyone? Right. Lucky says, how can we append in the set? We already discussed as dot add, but it will not be append, it will just provide the element. That's it. Right. Adding means adding. Append is not provided in the function because it is unindexed. If it is unindexed, then how set can add any element in the last? It is not possible. Right. Should I move ahead now? Very good. So some mathematical functions also. Let's see it. So as is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Fine. So as is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So can we sort it? The answer is yes, sort it. So let's say here, though it will not do something, but it will just return a list, right? That is something, you can do it, right? Then you can have maximum of s. Yes, you can do this, right? 5, minimum of s, you can do this. Yes, you can just have sum of s. All of these things you can do it, right? Length of s, you can do that as well. See, this is the understanding. Right. This is the understanding. Right. Now we are going to see some set operations. Very important with respect to use cases, industry use cases, and this is going to be fun understanding this. So let's start with set operations, right? And you might have studied this. I don't know. If I just say you that already you have studied this, you might be surprised. In class 6, 7, do you guys have studied some mathematical things related to set? Something like this. Let's say this is A, let's say this is B, right? If you want all the elements, then there were some operations called A union B. Yes or no, guys? Right? Yes or no? Right? Quickly. Right. Can anyone respond this? Yes or no? Right. Something like that. You might have, yes, this is union. This is your union. Now, let's say you want the common element, then it will be intersection. Okay, I will just start writing this in the notepad so that your notes will be ready. So let's start some set operations. Right. Set operations. So set operations. Right. So the first set operation that we are going to look at is union. Right. Union. So let's say this is some element S1 and let's say this is some element S2. Right. Then all the element is your union. Right. So this is called as union. Right. This is actually represented as OR. We will talk about this, how to represent, but this is your union. All the elements. First, understand the concept, then I will show you the practical implementation. Second, intersection. Right, intersection. This is your AND. Right, AND. What is the meaning of this intersection? Right, intersection simply means this common element. This is your common element. Right, so common element. Common elements. This is your intersection. This is your intersection. Now, moving ahead, right. We have something called as symmetric difference, or first of all, difference, right. So we have difference. What is difference? Right. So let's say here I will difference means, right, elements of set A which are not in B. It is little bit not in B. I will just show you, right. So let's say here this is A minus B, this is difference. Let's say this is A and this is B. So this will be called as difference. This is called as difference. Right. This is your difference. Right. What is the use cases, guys? Don't worry, I will talk about this. Now the fourth one is symmetric difference. Symmetric difference. What is symmetric difference? Right. So let's say this, all elements other than common elements. Other than common elements. Other than common elements. Common elements. So basically this and this. This is your symmetric difference. Right. Now let's try to understand this, try to look at this in practical implementation in Python. So I'll show you everything. So let's start, guys. So I will just go to the screen, right, and start implementation. So set operations. So what are the set operations? First thing, union. I will just write it here. Combine elements from two sets, excluding duplicates. So this is the first thing. Then we have intersection, right? Only common elements between two sets. Now third thing, difference, right? Returns the elements that is present in first set and not in second, right? Then we have symmetric difference. Returns elements that are present in either of sets, but not in both. So now this was enough of theory. Let's try to understand this. So let's say I have an example. So we have set 1, hobbies, maybe. So this is person S1, maybe Tanya. This is Tanya, and she is having a hobby of, let's say, photography, right? Movies, let's say movies, fine, right? Then let's say she also loves coding, very good. And then let's say S2, right? Here let's say this S2 is nothing but maybe Syam Sweetie. So let's say she loves maybe coding. She loves coding, that's why she is here. But she also loves boxing. He or she, I am sorry. So let's say this is S1 and S2. Very good. So now if you see S1 if you see, this is the value of S1. Coding, movies and photography. Very good. Now how to do union? Right. There are two ways to do union. Just do S1 or S2 like this. See, all the unique elements is coming here. Coding was duplicate, but it came here as a unique value. Second way is S1 dot union. You can just do something like this, S2. See, right. The same thing can also be achieved through one more method. Anyone has any idea? I don't know how many of you have idea, but you can also achieve this using update. We just discussed few minutes before, and if you see, this is your S1. Only difference is S1 is modified now. S1 is modified. Only difference is this. That's the understanding. That's the understanding. So union. Done. Now moving ahead, again intersection. How to do intersection? Again multiple ways. So let's say intersection. Intersection. How can I do this? S1 and S2. Very simple. Okay, S1 and S2. Very simple. What is the common element? Right. This is coding. Coding is the common. That's how you got it. Other way, how can you do this? S1 dot intersection, S2. You can do this way as well. See, coding is the common. Right. Now, one more thing. Let's say you want to, modify S1. Right. S1 with intersection result. Obviously, doesn't make much sense because coding will already be there, but you will be having some use cases. I will show you. So let's say S1, you can also use this function, intersection update, very easily. So you can update S1 with the common element, but anyway, why it is so coding. So what is happening here? S1 now has been updated with the intersection result. So if you want to modify, if you want S1, or mostly you should write like this, if you want to update S1 with intersection result, right, then you can use S1 dot intersection update. This is the understanding, right? But again, now I will just copy this again because already we have modified S1 and S2. So this is the understanding. Now can I do S1 minus S2? So yes, you can do that as well. S1 minus S2. See here, movies and photography. Right. So here, all the elements in S1 which is not common, this is the movies and photography. That's it. Same thing can also be done S1 dot difference S2. Just do it. See, movies and photography. Now you have difference update as well again. So here you can also write S1 dot difference update. You can also do this. So instead of intersection, now you can also have difference update. So if you just do difference update, now S1 will be modified with only movies and photography. You can do this as well. And actually there should be union update as well. Let me check it, but union means everything. So let me check it if I can do. So S1 dot union update. No, so we don't have union update. So we have intersection update and difference update. Right. So no union update. No union update. So that's the understanding. Now difference is done. Now what is there? Symmetric difference. Right. How can you do symmetric difference? So you can just do symmetric difference something like this, S1 symmetric difference S2. All the elements which are right. See here, coding, photography, movies, coding. Okay. Oh, symmetric difference S1. Why coding is there? So okay, I understood why, because S1 has been updated. So I'll just put it like this. Now symmetric difference you can put like this. See, now no common element, coding is there. The same thing can also be done using this method. That's it. Done. So you can do this way as well. Now let's say this is your S1. If you want to check, right, if coding is there in the S1 or all not, so membership, you can do that as well. Let's say movies or coding, whatever you want to do. Movies in S1. See here, true. That's the understanding. Right. So far so good, guys, everyone. Right. So far so good. Right. Quickly. Right. So we have actually covered a lot of things. Right. A lot of things. Right. Now, one more thing, guys. So let's say S1 is equals to some value, right? 1, 2, 3. And let's say S2 is equals to 4, 5, 6. Or let's say 3, 4, 5. Right. Now you want to know if both of these are disjoint or not. Can you do so? Yes, you can do so also. How? Right. Just write S1 dot disjoint. Right. S1 dot disjoint. Right. Disjoint. And it should be S1 dot is disjoint. So it will give you Boolean value. So here you can just write S2. See here, false. It means disjoint is not there because there are some common elements. That is 3 is common. Right. So disjoint, I will just update this again. One more thing, disjoint, no common elements. And two more, superset or subset. Right, superset and subset. What is superset? Right, if all the elements in another set is a part of set. This is superset. What is subset? Opposite of that. Right. Subset means everything. Right. So this you can understand. I will just make it with the diagram so it is clear, because sometimes I also get confused. Very easy. So let's say here this is set A and this is B. So B is subset and A is superset. Very easy. No confusion. Just remember this diagram. This is A, this is B. Now let's see the implementation again. Right. Again see the implementation. So we have S1 and S2. So let's say this time S1 is equals to, we have 1, 2, 3. Right. 1, 2, 3. And then we have S2. S2 is equals to, let's say 4. Now let's say you want to know if S1 is superset, is subset or superset. Let's say first subset of S2. Then you will realize it is false because 4 is not there. But let's say here I will write 4. Then what will happen? This is also subset. No, it is not possible because S1 cannot be subset. But the moment you write S2 is subset of S1. Right. The moment you do, it will give you true. Now same thing, opposite, just write superset, it will give you, right, S1 dot is superset. Now this time just write it here, S1 dot is superset of S2, it will give you true. That's the understanding. Again, how to copy elements in the set, you can do just the same thing. Copy, how you can do, S1 is equals to, let's say, okay, S1 is already, it must be there, so this is S1, so you can just copy, let's say S5 is equals to S1 dot copy. You can do this way and get S5 like this. Done. And the last concept that is left is frozen set that we are going to look at in this particular set lecture. Then we have one more concept, that is set comprehension. So we are going to look at that as well. But guys, let's take a 5 minutes of break because it is enough. I think many of you might be getting bored also. So let's take a 5 minutes of break and then we will again come back. Is it fine, guys, everyone? Right. So let's take 5 minutes of break and then we will start again. So 5 minutes timer. Right. And then we'll start in some time. So let's start, guys, from the break. Are you guys back? Should we start? Okay, guys, so we will start with the concept called frozen set, right? So what is this frozen set, right? So we'll start the discussion and then slowly we'll move ahead. So what is this frozen set, right? Frozen set. What is this frozen set, right? To answer it in a very simple way, right. Frozen set is immutable version of set. So already we know that set is mutable, right, because you can add the elements, you can remove the elements, right. So somewhere some Python developer thought that, let's say tuple as a problem. If you guys think it, tuple as a problem, right? What is the problem with tuple? Tuple can store duplicate elements. Very good. Tuples can store duplicate elements. Now, let's say someone is trying to make tuple as unique identifier, right? Maybe employee ID, right? You want to make it 1, 2, 3, but as mentioned, 1 should not be repeated, right? But let's say someone mistakenly, by mistake, actually typed 1. Tuple will not do anything. Tuple is like, okay, good, very good, something like that. Tuple will not care actually, right? Now somewhere this Python developer thought, then how I can solve this problem, right? Then that particular Python developer came with an idea of frozen set. This is immutable version of set, and already set stores unique element. So that it can solve both the problem, right? So immutable version of set, and also cannot be changed, added or removed. That's the understanding. But how to make a frozen set? How you can make a frozen set? Frozen set can be easily made something like this. So I'll just try to make a frozen set. Write FROZEN, frozen set, and pass the element here, right? What element you can pass? Let's say any element, 1, 2, 3. Let's say this is your frozen set, right? So you can just write f is equals to this. See the type of f, frozen set. Very good. Now as mentioned, can you add some element here or remove some element here? So try it out doing. So 9, 8. Try doing this. No attribute add. right? You want to remove this, try f.pop, try doing this, see, you cannot actually do anything which can actually add or remove any element. Then you will must be wondering, then what works with this? What works with frozen set? I will give you an example. Let's say f, instead of f, just write f1. So let's say f1 is a frozen set, right? And then f2. So let's say f2. This time I am having, let's say instead of 1, 2, 3, I will just put it 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Now see here, f1 and f2. See what will happen, right? Right. f1 and f2. Right. So there is no any common element, null. Now you want to have union, try it out, f1 or f2, right? Do it, right? See here, frozen set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So you can do something like this. Right. Moving ahead, let's say if you want to actually create 2D frozen set, right? Nested frozen set, you can just do it. Nested frozen set or 2D set, 2D frozen set, frozen set. You can do this. How? Very simple. So let's say I will just copy this. Inside this, right? 1, 2, right? Just a second. So inside this, what you can do? Here inside this, you can have another frozen set. So frozen set. You can do this, right? You are allowed to do so. 3, 8. See here. Now see F1. F1. See, frozen set inside frozen set. This is possible, right? You can do this as well. Now, last thing that is left of set comprehension, and then I will talk about industry use cases, right? What is set comprehension? Again, similar to list comprehension, we have set comprehension, right? Right. So you can iterate through set. How you can iterate? Let's say for I in iteration, let's say already we have seen, but let's say iteration s is equals to, let's say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So let's see it for I in s, print I. Let's try to look at this. See here 1, 2, 3. Right. 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 Now let's say this is a set given, s is equals to some value, and you already know that set comprehension or list comprehension is actually written to make the code shorter and concise. So let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, some 8, 9, something like that. Right, 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 right. Now you want all the values which are even. How can you do? Right. How can you do this? So for I in s, simple. Right. If I %2 is equals to 0, then give I. That's it. Now just write like this. See here 2, 4, 8, all the even numbers. Let's say if you want to do something else, right? Let's say you want to square the number. What I can do? So let's say for I in range of 10. Let's say range of 10. You want to square the number. So just write I square. Right. Right. Very easy. Right. You can do this. Right. 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 You can easily do this. Right. This is possible using set comprehension. Now moving ahead to the last data structure, equally important, very important and widely used in the industry, that is dictionary. But before moving to dictionary, let's talk about industry use case of list, sorry, set industry use case, right? Very, very important to understand this, right? So what happens? Two things that is very important of set. First, this unique property, right? That set always stores unique element, right? So now I will give you a situation. Let's say, and second is set operation, that is union, intersection, all of those things, right? I will give you two scenarios. First scenario 1. You have a data frame whose column is C1 is having some value, Ram, Syam, Mohan, something like this. Now if someone asks you, right, who are the people? If someone asks you, who are the people? Right. You can simply use set, because set stores the unique property or unique value. It will give you only Ram, Syam and Mohan. Repetition is not allowed for set. This is the use case. But more than this, to be very honest, the better use case is something else. What? The set, there is one more use case that is widely used, and this is very, very important, right? Use case is something like this. Let's say you have data frame. One name, employee name is Ram, Syam, Mohan, something like this. And there is another data frame, DF2. Here the employee name coming from somewhere else. Here the employee name is, let's say, Ram, Tushar, right, Tanya, something like this. Now if someone asks you, which are the names present in both DF1 and DF2? Which are the names present in DF1 but not in DF2? Which are the names, right, present in DF2 but not in DF1? What is the overall name? How will you get this type of information? How will you get this type of information? Right? All of this information, right, actually you will get using set. Right. And one of the example that we already saw in a crude form, obviously we'll be seeing in this in data set as well. Here already we have seen this, right? So there was a problem statement like this, right? So here very important industry use case, right, in a data frame column, to get unique values, right, common element, right, elements between two columns of two data frame, right. All of this, and this is, don't underestimate this use case. This is very, very important, industrial use case. Right. Now we are moving ahead with the last data structure, and then we will move ahead with the function. So that is dictionary. What is dictionary? So we will talk about now dictionary in detail. So have you guys ever heard about dictionary? Anyone? Right. What is dictionary, guys? Right. What is dictionary, anyone? Right. Just try it out. Right. Many of you might be knowing this as well. Right. I don't know. But what is dictionary? Some key value pair, yes or no, that is your dictionary. Right. If I have to answer it, what is a dictionary, then I can just say key value pair, right? So dictionary is a data structure, that stores the data in key value pair, right? This is the understanding, right? Now, there are some again characteristics of dictionary, right? So, dictionaries are again unordered, right? Dictionaries are unordered, right? So, dictionaries are unordered. So, right, dictionaries are unordered. There is a reason behind why it is unordered. We will be seeing this, right? Unordered, ordered. Or in other word, you can just unordered, ordered. So, in other word, you can just say index has no meaning. There is index, but index has no meaning actually. Index has no meaning, right? First, second, very important, that is very important. Keys of a dictionary, right, can't be duplicated, right? Keys of dictionary can't be duplicated, and last, and it is not mutable. It should not be mutable. Now, what are the meaning of this? Again, how to approach? Same way. First, we will start with the empty dictionary, try to understand, then see if it is mutable or not. Obviously, it is mutable, and then we are going to, dictionary is mutable, dictionary value is mutable, and lastly, we are going to look after the function. So, we are going to again do the same thing as we have done till now with all the data structure. So, let's start. Right. So, what is a dictionary? Right. If I have to make a dictionary, so can I say, if you have seen Oxford Dictionary, can I say some word and its meaning? Right. Again some word, then meaning. This is how actually dictionaries are in real life. Right. This is how dictionaries are in real life. And in the same way, dictionaries are also in Python. In Python also, dictionaries are in the same way. Right. Now, can I show you? Yes. So let's try to look at everything in detail one by one. So this is also sometimes called as mapping. So you are mapping some word with its meaning, and this is also called as associative array in some of the programming language. But again, don't worry about that. Sometimes also referred as mapping or associative array. So let's now try to understand this in detail, right? It is going to be fun. So let's make an empty dictionary. So again, you already know that how to make it. So D is equals to something like this. So if you see type of D now, then you will realize this is empty dictionary. Right. Now, how to make a dictionary? Right. So let's say D is equals to, let's see it, focus on this. D is equals to first name. So here I will just write name, and then I will just write Ajay. Very good. Then let's say email. So I will just write email, and here I will write another email ID, maybe let's say ajgupta@gmail.com. Very good. Now let's come to contact. Right. Some contact number 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your dictionary, and this is called as key. This is key, right? This is key, and this is value associated with this key. This is the understanding. This is your 1D dictionary, one-dimensional dictionary. right? One more thing, guys, this is very, very important. Again, this will be your key and this will be your value. How to understand how it is stored in a memory, right? See, again, right, the way we think of a string. So let's say Ajay is there, AJAY in a string. What I taught? 0, 1, 2, 3, and whole name is, let's say, string S. In a similar way, dictionary is also stored. Only difference is now this is, let's say, Ajay. Instead of having index 0, 1, 2, 3, this index name is name. Similarly here, instead of having email ID like this, AJ Gupta 005, let's say here it is email ID. Instead of having 1 as the index, email is the index, right? So name is the index, value is the value. Email is the index, value is the value. Something like that. Again, this will be referred as contact and value is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the understanding. This is the understanding. Right. So this is the way you understand. Now, what is the beauty of this understanding? I will come to that in just 4 or 5 seconds. Right. I will just come. Okay, let me talk here itself. Let's say this is your dictionary. Fine. I will execute this. So let's say this is your dictionary. Now you want to access the element Ajay. How can you access? If you guys remember earlier, what you used to do? Right. You used to access through indexes. Now here, how will you access it? Right. You will access very simply using the key value. So here it is name. So you can access through like this, D name, something like this, right, right, something like this. See, Ajay. So that's why that type of particular understanding is important here. Right, right. That is important. So you understand, right, how it is stored by indexed as a key, index as the key or key as the index, whatever you want to say. So now let's say D, email. You want to have email like this. See, ajgupta@gmail. Right, right. This is the understanding. Now guys, this was about one-dimensional dictionary, 1D dictionary. Can we have nested dictionary, 1D dictionary? Can we have nested dictionary or 2D dictionary? The answer is yes. How? I can just show you 2D dictionary. I will show you. So let's say here D is equals to name, email, contact. Right, I will just write it here. Name, email, contact. Let's say courses. There is another thing that is courses. Right, what you will do now, here you can start with another dictionary, something like that. So data science, right? So let's say 100 students. Maybe I will just write ML, 100 students. Right, 100 students. Already we have only one course, but let's say here, this is the understanding. So this is your dictionary D. So now if I just show you D like this looks like this. Now you want to access the courses. How can you access now? D course. Very easy. D course, data science and ML. Now you want to access DS out of this. How can you access? You can access again using this, right, like this. Very easy. See, 100, right. This is the way you can access element in the nested dictionary, right. Now, moving ahead, very good. I mentioned about that key is right, key is immutable, right? So can I have key something like this? Dictionary is equals to, let's say D1 is equals to something like this, right? Something like this, 1, 2, 3. Can I have this like this? Key, right? Can I have this? The answer is no, right? Key is immutable. But can I have tuples? Right, the answer is yes. So let's say D1 is equals to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then just write Ram. This is possible because dictionary keys, right, should be, right, keys should be always immutable. Keys should be immutable. Right. So now if you see D1, this is possible because tuples are immutable. Can we have set? The answer is no, right? Set you cannot have, right? So here let's try it out. So let's set here keys at the set, right? So if you see here, no, right? Keys should always be immutable, right? Other things, right? What are the nomenclature of key, right? Keys can be any number as well. So let's say here I will just write D1 is equals to, right, some value 103 or 102 RAM, right? This is possible. This is the valid nomenclature. You can do so. You can also put decimal value as a key of dictionary. You can do that as well. 102.1. This is also possible, right? You can also put a boolean value, something like this, true, right, like this. This is also possible. You can also put true inside a string, doesn't matter, right? It will just behave like a string, that's it. It is possible. Can you put a special character? The answer is no. So let's try to do this. Has, see, sorry, I haven't put has here. Sit has, no, right? Can you put a special character like at the rate, right? At the rate, no, you cannot do. You cannot provide list, right? Can you put set? The answer is no, you cannot do that as well, right? Can you provide dictionary as a key? Something like that. So let's say here key is another dictionary, right? Maybe name and then Ajay. Can you do like this? See, dictionary, again it is not possible. It's not possible. So naming rule of a dictionary key, no special character, very simple. There should be no any special character in the key, no mutable data type, data structure, data type in the key as the key. That is the understanding. That is the understanding. Now, how to access the element? Already we have seen, right? So let's say this is D. Very good. You want to access name, you can just access like this. See, right. Can value be a list? Yes, the value can be a list. So let's say D is equals to this. Now with Ajay, I want Bijay, right? Bijay. Is it possible? The answer is yes. See, this is your dictionary, right? It is possible. Right. Can I modify this? The answer is yes. So let's say D name is like this, Ajay and Bijay. Now instead of Ajay and Bijay, I want let's say Sanjay, and let's say Ram. Can you do so? The answer is yes. See here, D, now Sanjay and Ram. So dictionaries are mutable. Dictionary values are mutable, right? And whenever you say if dictionary is mutable or not, it means values are mutable or not. This always never get confused. This is the understanding. Right, right. This is the understanding. Now, can we make a dictionary out of a tuple? Dictionary out of a tuple? Can I make this? Right. The answer is yes, we can make that. So let's say we have tuple, something like this, name and Ajay, right? So this is a tuple. See, this is a tuple. The moment you write dict, right, this becomes a dictionary. Okay. Dictionary out of tuple, dictionary of bit element has a length 4, 2 is required. Why it is so? This is only 2 elements, right? Right, name. Oh, yes. Okay, no worries. So there is dict is name Ajay. Okay, okay, I will look at it. So no need to worry about that. So this is the understanding, right? Right. Dict name Ajay. This would be, just let me try. There is something I am missing. I don't know what. So course data science. Dict expected at most one argument got 2. Why it is so? Okay, I understood. So basically here you want to provide this in a list, something like that, right? So now if you see, this is the value. Right. Now moving ahead, dictionary cannot have duplicate keys, and in case duplicate key is there, duplicate key case, use the recent key will be used, right? Recent key will be used. So for example, let's say we have this particular example, D. So this is your dictionary. Very good. Now inside this dictionary, now what I can do, right? So D is equals to this. Add one more thing, right? One more name. So let's say name. So I will add one more name. So let's say name, and this time I will put the name maybe Ajay. So what do you think, guys? What will happen? Right. So basically you will not find this name now, because this name key will actually update this particular name key, right? So now let's say see it, right? Sorry, it should be D. So now if you see, this is your name Ajay. This is the understanding, right? Right. This is the understanding. Now again, let's say this is your D. If you want to access name, what you can do? You can access like this, right? This is Ajay. Very good. But you can also access using some other way. D.get. If you just do .get, it will also give you name. See, this is the Ajay. If you write D.email, D.get email, right? You can also access something like this, right? If you just write D.name, right, it will give you an error, right? So this treat as a function, right? Right. Okay, screen is off. Okay, just a second. Right. So that's the understanding. So you can use D.get as well, right? D.get as well. Now guys, very good. This is your D. Now let's say you want to add age key value pair. Can you do that? The answer is yes. So let's try to do this. D age equals to, let's say 28. See here. Now see D. Here the age is there. That's the understanding. Right. 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 Now again, move ahead. So let's say we have D now. This is your again D. Right. Right. This is your D. Right. This is your D. Right. Right. Sajal says we missed the code. Can you scroll up? Yes, please, please. Look at it. I will be a little bit slow. Right. Right. Please look at this. Yeah. Take your time, guys. Right. Let me know, guys, once done. So do we start now, guys? Okay, guys. Right. So let's start again. Right. Right. So now we have this D dictionary. Right. Very good. This is our D dictionary. Now, let's say you want to modify this value. Right. So D course. Right. Course. Right. Course. You want to actually modify, instead of data science 100 students, you want 120. How can you do that in one go? So D course, then access data science, and then let's say this is 100, then you just write maybe 101, right? So now if you see D, this is 101. So modifying nested dictionary value, right? So done, very easy. So again, moving ahead, let's say this is your D. Now you want to delete items. How can you delete, guys? So first thing, so let's say we want to delete D.pop. So first of all, try using without any argument. See, it will give you an error, because here in this case you have to provide the argument which key you want to delete. So D.pop, let's say maybe age, right? Age. D.pop age. So if you just execute this, now if you see D, age is popped. See, very easy. But now let's say if you want to pop or delete the last element, how can you do? Just use D dot, see it carefully, pop item. So the moment you do D dot pop item, it will actually delete the last item. What is the item in dictionary? Item in dictionary is key value pair. So D dot pop item, this is removed. Now see D, only this. Now you want to still delete name Ajay. How can you do this? Del D name. Just do this. Now you will find there is no any name Ajay. Right, right. If you want to clear this, D dot clear. right? You can remove all the elements. Now if you see, there is no any element. And finally, let's say if you want to actually delete the whole dictionary variable, see del D, and they will throw an error, name D is not defined. Obviously I will just take this D because I want to do something, but this is all the deletion command of a dictionary. That's it. So this is your D. Right. Now some operations, let's say operations, right? What are the operations? So let's say first we have membership operations. If you want to check, right, some value is there or not, right? So first thing, that membership always operates on keys. Very important, operates on keys. So let's say D. If you want to check name is the key or not, so just write name in D. Very easy. Name in D. See, it is true. Right. This is the understanding. Now, can you iterate through this? Iteration. Can you iterate through this data structure? The answer is yes. How? Very easy. For I in D, print, see, interesting thing, print I. So print I. So this will give you all the keys. Now using key, you want to access all the element, just do DI. See, name, email, contact, done. Right. Now, one more thing. So let's say if you remember pop item, it used to give, remove the item, key value pair, right? So now I am going to do one thing. So let's say here we have D. So we have this D. Now, can I actually, can I actually access all the items? Right? Items means all the key value pair. The answer is yes. Just do D dot items. Right. It will give you all the key value pair. If you want to access all the keys, just do D dot keys. It will give you all the keys. If you want to access all the values, just do D dot values. It will give you all the values. But now, let's say this is the dictionary. Now you want to update this dictionary again with the age, D dot update. Just write again, same thing, right? Same thing. This is the way you did everywhere, right? So now age, right? And here you can just write, let's say 28. And now see D. Very easy, very interesting, right? Can you have a series or a bigger dictionary? So let's say D1. D1 is there, a bigger dictionary. So something like this, 1, 2, right? Or then we have 3, 4, right? 3, 4. Can you update this? 3, 4. So let's say 5, 6. Can you update this? The answer is yes. You can do this as well. So D1 dot update, and then actually you update D. D dot update D1. Right? See here. Now if you see D, 1, 2, 3, 4. All our things are there. All things are there. So you can actually do this, right? Now again, other functions, can you use length function? The answer is yes. See, length of D is dictionary is 8. So there are 8 keys, right? Can you see the max value of this D? Try it out. See, it will give you some error, right? So you are not getting any max value out of this, right? Now, one more thing, guys, very important here, right? What is this max value? This is interesting. I will now make it work. See here it gives an error. Here it gives an error, right? I will make it work. It gives an error. Now let's say I will just copy a dictionary like this. So let's say this is dictionary. Now D is equals to this. Now see max of D. See name. Why it is name? right, right. Why it is name? Why you got name? So basically max of D is actually comparing the ASCII value of keys, comparing the ASCII values of keys. And here, while comparing the ASCII value of keys, the data type was of two. There were two data types. There were both string and integer, and that's why these threw an error. But here it gave you name, because name comes first in maybe ASCII, or sorry, not first, last. And that's why you get this. You can also do mean of D, simple. See age, because A is the first ASCII value. You can also use sorted. See, sorted. This again sorts based on the key. See here, sorted. That's the understanding. Now the last thing that is left of dictionary that we are going to look at is dictionary comprehension. But so far so good, guys. Anyone has any question so far? Anyone has any questions so far? Quickly, guys. Right. Anyone has any questions so far? Quickly. Yes or no, guys? Okay. Anyone has any questions so far? Should I move ahead quickly? Quickly, guys. Yes or no? Okay. Okay, so right. So let's start, guys, now. Dictionary comprehension. Similar to list and tuples, we have also something called dictionary comprehension. Lucky is saying, sir, please, dict is the last topic for today before time is nearly 9. Is it, guys? Don't you want to cover function? Each day I am trying to cover function. Oh, it is scheduled by one day, rescheduled to one day. Please don't start function. Guys, see, till function I have to. Today the target is to complete till function. But anyway, first of all, let's start with this dictionary comprehension. What is dictionary comprehension, guys? Right. Similar to list, we have dictionary comprehension as well. So dictionary is actually very important. Right. Sajil says आज रहने दो because कल सुबह उठना है. Okay, guys. So tomorrow sharp 8 a.m. please join through the dashboard. Come in the maximum number. Baki, yes, this will be the last topic. Everyone happy? This will be the last topic. Okay. Right. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay. Don't worry. चलो देखें यहाँ पे. So let's say again dictionary comprehension. Same way dictionary comprehension is also written. So for example, first of all dictionary का use cases समझ लेते हैं. Sorry. Let's start understanding the dictionary's use case. What is the dictionary use case, guys? First, dictionary use case. And then we will move ahead with list dictionary comprehension. Right. So what is actually use case? So have you ever went to restaurant? Right, right. Most of the time in restaurant, what do you see? Right, right. Guys, one more thing I have left. Uh, just, uh, just a second, guys. I have left one thing. Um, where I have seen showed you making dictionary from a tuple. Case would be immutable. There was somewhere, right? Dictionary from a tuple, dictionary from a tuple, dictionary from a tuple. Yes. So this was thing, right? Here dictionary using some other function. So dictionary using other function. This I had missed, dictionary using other function. Just came to my mind, right? Right. So let's say here d dot from keys. You can also make dictionary like this, d from keys, and first pass, let's say whatever value you want, 1, 2, 3, and here in this case whatever values you want. So let's say Ajay, Vijay and Sanjay, right? Right. Guys, how are you feeling, guys? Whoever from keys, kahan got to. This is something every time I am doing mistake, right? So from this, right? So this is something you got it. Obviously it is repeated, but this is the way you can also do create a dictionary. Now moving ahead, dictionary use cases. Anything wherever it requires some mapping. Example, restaurant. You can do a restaurant, right? You can do a restaurant menu using dictionary. Very easy, right? Again, employee records, right? Again, you have to use dictionary. Example, I will give you example, right? Employee records, right? Employee records, right? Now here I will just write employee 01, and let's say here maybe lucky. Then we have, let's say, employee 02. Then we have, right, Ajay. Very simple, right? What is this? This is nothing but employee records, but a dictionary. See? Now you can increase this by any means, right? Whatever you want. So let's say here you can just put like this. Now here you can just put name, right? Like this. So name, and then you have lucky, right? Lucky. Then you can just write department, engineering, something like this. Department IT, right? You can just write salary, and you can just provide some value. Let's say 75 lakhs, or let's say some value. Just put it value. So maybe 20,000. Done. Right. Now close this. Similarly, employee 2, put the information whatever you want, right? And so on. This is the use case. Employee records. Restaurant, if you just go for restaurant, it can be anything. So for example, restaurant menu, right? Restaurant menu. So now let's say here we have this one, right? So maybe let's say this one. Now this one you can have multiple information, right? This one you can just have name, and maybe let's say chole bhature. This is the first dish. Then you can have some price, right? Here you can have, let's say, 23 USD, $23, right? Then you can have description, right? Maybe anything description, not for everyone. My favorite is chole bhature, so not for everyone. This is the understanding, right? This is how actually this dictionary is used widely in the industry. Right. Now, coming to the last thing, that is dictionary comprehension. So dictionary comprehension is the last thing that we are going to look at. Before that, guys, I want to know from all of you, so how are you guys liking the lectures? Are you guys enjoying? Are you guys learning? Right? Are you facing any management issue, something like that, that classes are not uploaded, notebook is not there, assignments are delayed, any problem like that? Are you guys excited about guest lecture? Whatever you feel like, you can just let me know here. But because I have not been taking feedback since long, right? Although we don't have, so first week was not actually, first I don't consider the first week as a class, then second week was a holiday, and actually this is the second week, third, fourth, this is the second week where the continuous class is going on. So in our 2 weeks of classes we have covered a lot of things. I am considering this way. So if you guys have any suggestions, feedback, please do comment. How are you guys liking it or not, something like that. So let's say we have the students. The students is equals to some name, maybe let's say Ajay. So let's say student is Ajay, and then maybe let's say Bijay. So students Ajay and Bijay, and then we have marks. Marks is equals to, here let's say some value, let's say 90, 100, right? These are the values. Now you want to write something like this, student marks. What you will do, guys, right? If you want name and marks together, then you will just write for student mark in Jeep of students and marks. So you will use student marks Jeep, and then you will write something like this, student marks this, and the name of student is equals to mark. Something you will write like this, then you will be having student marks, something like that, right? So here we have student marks. So this is something that you achieved using for loop. But can you use dictionary comprehension? Right, same thing using dictionary comprehension. So here I can just write traditional approach. So now using dictionary comprehension, what I can do? Very easy. See, first thing like this, then just write student and mark, done. If you have done this, then for student in Jeep, students marks, students and marks, done, right? Simple, right? So the student marks, I have done the student marks for student mark here. I have missed one variable, mark. Now if you see, this is the thing that you wanted, right? Easy peasy, right? This is so easy to do using dictionary comprehension, right? So let's say maybe another problem statement, print square of first 10 numbers with number. So how can you do this? Very easy. For I in range of, let's say, 10, right? It will be starting with 0, 1, 2, 3, but let's say, right? Now what you can do, right? I square with, very easy. Now close inside a dictionary comprehension. Now you will see the numbers and the square. Right. This is the understanding. Right. Now again moving ahead. So let's say if you have some student name, D is equals to maybe let's say name, let's say Ajay, and marks is 20. Let's say Bijay, marks is 40, right? So now let's say this is your name, marks, name and marks, right? Now what you want? You want all the student name whose marks is, let's say, maybe greater than 20. Let's say here Sanjay 30. Adeline says mark and marks is confusing, please explain. Very easy. So here if you say this is your student marks, right? So student marks is a variable, right? So using students and marks, we have this data. Students is this and marks is this. Now one student, that is Ajay, I am calling it as student. One mark out of multiple marks, I am calling it as mark. I will repeat it again, very easy to understand. Let's say multiple names, right? Multiple names, this I am calling is as students, right? One by one, let's say Ajay and Bijay. One by one, the names that I am calling, this is name, or let's say student, right? And these two students together is becoming students, as, right? So when iterating, you can name any variable, but I am just putting it as student and mark in Jeep like this, right? Further, if you have any doubt, I can just again explain in the last, no need to worry about that, but this is the understanding. But now let's say you want to the name of all the students whose marks is greater than value 25. Let's say marks of students greater than 25. How can you do this? Very easy. So first of all, d.items, you already know, this will give you items. Fine, Ajay, Bijay, Sanjay you got. Now, right, what you can do? For key, or let's say for name and mark, this is your name and mark. So name is Ajay, mark is 20. Name is Bijay, mark is 20. Right. So for name mark d.items, if mark is greater than 25, done, right? Now what you can do? You want name and mark. So this is how you have to just write it. Done. Okay. So what I have done for name mark, okay, I will just put it like this. For name mark d.items. Oh, what I have done for name mark, invalid syntax. Perhaps you forgot a comma. Where I have forgot okay, I have not written in here, right? So now this is the value. So Bijay 40 and Sanjay 30, right? So this is how you got the marks. Very easy, right? Now last thing, that is your homework. I want you guys to do, print tables of number 2 to let's say 7. You have to print the table 2 to 7, right? Using dictionary comprehension. Using dictionary comprehension. So that would be all, right? For today's lecture. Be available tomorrow at 8 a.m. Indian Standard Time, 8 a.m. for the guest lecture from industry expert. Ask the questions as much as you want, and if you guys have now any feedback, please do let me know. Are you guys enjoying the lecture, or you are not understanding anything? It's your time, guys. Tomorrow also you will be having a lot of time and discussion. Tomorrow is actually we will also be discussing the assignment. So please make sure that you have done at least assignment 1. Please do it, the assignment 1, because we are going to discuss that Then we are also going to have industry, expert session. So that would be the thing, right? Anyone has any questions to ask, right? Anyone has any questions to ask, guys? Quickly, please go ahead and ask any questions if you have. Right, right. Tomorrow we will not be having evening class because already morning we will be having assignment discussion and guest lecture. So we will be meeting in the next week. So next week we will start with functions, iterators and generators, and then oops. Anyone else has any other questions? Oh, very good, Lakshmi. Lakshmi asked it. Today's interview question. I just missed it. I had missed it. So interview questions. Interview question. Right. Today's interview question. Right. So let's start with today's interview question. This is going to be very, very important because we have covered three important things: tuples, set, and dictionary. Right. First question that is very important: which data structure is immutable? This is very important, and how to use this property. Right. This is very, very important, guys. Second, implementation based question. If df1 has this column, let's say df1, right, something like this. What are common elements between dfc1 and dfc2? Right. You have to answer this, right? Which names are present here and which names are not present there? That sort of question. Right. Wally says after sorted of tuple, why it is written? It returns like a list only, Wally. So that is like a Python function. Python has given that. Right. हाँ साजिल हुई थी. Survi says I have an error in int object is not iterable. Because you might be iterating through the keys, Survi. You cannot iterate through integer. Just check it if it is a dictionary or not. Something like that. Right. Now again, so this second question, extra mile. This is very important question, guys. Try to figure it out. I already had given unhashable type of integer, something like that. So the question is why some data structure is mutable and some not mutable. What is the difference in the storage of those? Right. Try to Google it out. Right. Or why in dictionary right? Why dictionary keys cannot be of mutable data type? That's the question. Right. One more question in the interview: dictionaries. What is the use of dictionary? Use case, very important. Right. Anyone else has any other questions? Quickly, guys. Go ahead and ask questions, whatever you have. Okay, if you guys don't have any questions, so that would be all for this lecture, right? Let's meet next week, tomorrow first for the guest lecture, right? Get ready yourself with all the questions and then we will see. Okay, and we will be also discussing the first assignment. So that would be all for today's lecture. Thank you everyone. Bye-bye.